close. Grab somebody by the hand and say, I will press. I'm going to press for the mark of the prize of the high calling. Wait on me now, which is in Christ Jesus. And so you got to learn that in this season, that what God is doing in your life, you got to see it and pursue it. Other words, you got to say, on your mark, get set, go. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, get on the mark. Tell them there's a prize that's waiting on you. There is purpose waiting on you. There is deliverance waiting on you. There's increase waiting on you. And so it was the children of Israel. I feel preaching up in here early on a Sunday morning. And so it was. They were so close, but yet they were far away. Delphine, that was right next to it. They were so close, had the fruit in their hand, but they let the devil, the accuser of the brethren, the father of all lies, let them trick him into believing that it was too hard for them to accomplish. I need to tell somebody here, it's not too hard what you're getting ready to do. I know it looks hard, but you were made to overcome. Grab somebody by the hand and say, you were made to overcome. You were made to rise up above them. Lift up your hands and say, yes, I can. God knows I can do it. Here it was, Joshua and Caleb. They looked at the other 12 spies, say the 10 spies rather, and say, y'all can stay here if you want to. But then Caleb got up and made a declaration. He said, let us go up at once. Other words, he made up in his mind. He said, listen, your perception is off. But Caleb says, I got a revelation that if we could just hook up together and make up our minds, no good thing will he withhold. Do me a favor, could you find somebody? And I'm ready to go, Marcus. Find somebody, lock arms with them and say, neighbor, I can go by myself, but it'll be even better if we go up together. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, we've been through too much. We need to go together. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, if we stay connected, there is nothing that we can accomplish. Look at your neighbor, don't let them go, and say, neighbor, I'm here for you. You be here for me. And tell them, if one could chase 1,000, two could put 10,000 to flight. Tell them, together we're going up. Caleb, he said, let us go up and watch. I need to preach to somebody. He said, listen, y'all, he done brought us so far. He done brought us out of bondage. He done brought us through the Red Sea. He done brought us through the wilderness. Why stop now? I need to preach to somebody here. Alina, he done brought you from a long way. Y'all ain't saying that. Belinda, he done brought you a long way. Who in here, wave your hand and say, the Lord brought me a long way. The Lord, he brought me out. He brought me from bondage, brought me from depression, brought me from poverty, brought me out of jail, brought me out of the club, brought me from crack. I refuse to stop now, because my ladder will be greater than my former. What's coming is better than what's been. I see you in your future, and things look better. Things look brighter. Things look good. Put your hand on your waist and say, I see myself in my future. and I look a whole lot better. Shout yeah, yeah. Caleb saw what God was doing. Caleb, he saw where God was taking him. He saw what was getting ready to happen. He said, I'm going to possess it. Help me preach. Say, see it, pursue it, possess it. See it, pursue it, possess it. Caleb saw the promised land, got the people together. They didn't want to go. He pursued it. The next day, in the 14th chapter, 24th verse, because Caleb had another spirit, him and his seed inherited the promised land. Tell your neighbor, neighbor, I'm going to possess the promise, whether you like it or not. I'm going to my place. I'm going to my purpose. I'm going to my land that flows with milk and honey. Shout yeah, yeah. I wish I had a church in here that can understand, and I'm closing on this note. You understand that the enemy, he has set up his territory. He has set up his imps. He has set up his camp to come against the people of God. But I heard Daniel say in the 7th chapter, the 22nd verse, and it said, in that day when the Ancient of Days showed up, the saints possessed the kingdom. Look at somebody and tell them, our day has come for us to possess the kingdom. Tell them it's my time. Tell them your time. Get excited. Get happy. Because before, when your hands are empty, God is going to fill your hands. When your cup was empty, now God is going to fill your cup and it's going to overflow. Shout yeah. I'm going to see it. I'm going to pursue it. And I'm going to possess it. Clap those hands and give God a praise.